Hello everybody, it's Stacy with Art Journal Life. Today we're going to talk about when do I know my mixed media art journaling page is finished. There's no simple answer, but I'm going to tie this in with my Posca pens. So I was looking for something totally different, but came across these Posca pens. So it's a 4-pack. I did happen to find them on Amazon. So it had white, black, silver, and gold. So I thought we'd play with these today while we answer that question. So this is a page we created a while ago. Where am I going to begin? So I thought I'd play with this page and then give you answers. So the truth of the matter is these pages are ours. And only you really have the answer as to when your page is finished. But after the page is done, I like to add sparkles and things like that. So when I found these pens, I was super excited. So I thought I'd tell you a little bit about Posca too. If you don't know, there's a little ball in the bottom and you're supposed to shake them and then you pump the tip of the pen. Now clearly I've already played with this. That's why they're open. So then you just push on the tip and the ink or the paint flows. And it's always nice to add some marks, I think, to our art journaling. So thinking about that, again, only you really know when your piece is finished. And the truth of the matter is, I think we could go on forever and the page would never be finished. But I think about things that maybe I might add to the page, like marks. And even when I make a mistake like I just did there, I don't worry about it. So these are just some things that I do. Now I put my hand in that wet paint, but that's all right. So this is the silver one that I used. This is the black one that I used. I'm going to use some white here. And I just like to shake them up and test them first, make sure some ink is flowing, and make marks all over my page. Now, what marks? Whatever comes to you. Something like this. So now if you don't know, you really need to make sure you get your caps on tight. You want to hear them click like that. Let's see if we can do it again. Like that. Because that keeps them from drying out. Now I just learned, because I've been storing my pens straight up in the box. I just learned that maybe it's better to store them on their sides. So if you have a cube or something that you put your pens in, that's a good way to do it. I never know for sure how I like to store most of my stuff is stored straight up like this. So this one, again, I'm just going to make some marks on my page. And these are just so fun to play with. So I thought that the silver and the gold were going to be super fun. And you can use any marks that you feel like making. And that's the beauty to this, because you can get lost in what you're doing. And it goes by so quick when that happens. And I'm going to turn some of this. I think I want to do something with this. So let's see. I'm gonna take this gold. Maybe, you know what I see here? I see a heart right here, so I'm gonna outline this. So now here's another idea. If you don't like things so perfect in your journals, you could take a piece of paper and mop it up and make it a little more modeled looking. You can make marks inside the heart. Maybe like that. I'm going to do some lines here. Now, I could right now say to myself, okay, this looks finished to me. And I could end right here. And then I could open this up tomorrow and come back and think, oh, no, I need to do more things. And some of it could be just some line work. Now, this is sort of running out, so I'm going to pump it a little bit. And I'm going to do another layer here. Now, I've heard people talk about another hint, if you want that. I've heard people talk about they go over their lines several times. So if they're mark making with a Posca pen, sometimes they need 2 or 3 different layers. So sometimes they come back in, they let it dry, and they do another layer. So something like this. Okay. So this, to me, is how you can mark make with Posca pens. And I could keep going. Because I'm demonstrating the Posca pens today, I didn't want to mix anything else with it, but we could keep going with other types of marks, other things. I don't know, maybe I don't want that way. Okay. So I can sit with this for a little while longer. I could look at it more. I can decide it needs more. You're the only one who really knows when you feel like you're done with it. It's not a hard and fast rule. Sometimes I add layers upon layers, and then other times I don't. And I come back and I finish something much later. But maybe I want to highlight something like this, so I circle it like that. Maybe I do something like that. And that's it. I just mark make all over the page until I'm done with it, until I feel done with it. And sometimes I add more. Maybe I look at something like this and I like, oh, it needs a white dot in the middle. Let's white dot it. Maybe that's what I add. So the fun of this was the silver and the gold, I thought. I love my Posca pens. They're portable, they're great, they're permanent, they're paint, and They're fun to use. And I just happened to see these and I was like, oh, this could be a great addition. I wanted the brights and I couldn't get the brights anymore. So they have a fluorescent line and I couldn't find them. So this is what I got instead, and it was just a way to have fun with my pages. So that's it for today, and I will see you guys next week. Everybody have a great weekend, and thank you for being here. Oh, hi, Estella. Good to see you. Okay, everyone. Have a good weekend.